Hi, everyone. Welcome. We're just letting some folks join, and we'll get started here in just a minute. Okay. Hi, everyone. Welcome and good evening. Before we start tonight's webinar, I did just want to let you know that unfortunately we are experiencing some technical difficulties with our interpretation. So if you requested interpretation in Spanish or Cantonese, we will follow up with you after the webinar. Maria, could you please speak that in Spanish?
Muy buenas noches y bienvenidos. Les agradecemos que están presentes. Desafortunadamente estamos experimentando algunas dificultades técnicas para la interpretación al español y cantonés. Para esos que se inscribieron para escuchar.
Wei Quinn, can you please repeat this in Cantonese? Great. I think actually we have our interpretation rooms ready. So that is great news. Thank you, everyone. Okay, again, welcome everyone and good evening. Thank you so much for joining today's webinar, where we will provide an update about upcoming rate changes to residential rates for Hetch Hetchy Power customers. My name is Jackie Randazzo, and I'm the Communications Manager for Clean Energy Programs here at the SFPUC. I'll be facilitating today's webinar. Next slide, please. Before we get started, I did want to discuss a few housekeeping items with you all. Today's meeting is being recorded. To activate live transcription, select the CC or closed captioning button at the bottom of your screen and click Live Transcript. To participate in Q&A, please select the Q&A button at the bottom of your screen to type in your question. Next slide, please. This webinar is in fact being offered in Cantonese, English, and Spanish. To join interpretation with our Cantonese and Spanish interpreters, click the interpretation world icon in the menu bar and then select the language channel you want to join. If you want to hear this presentation in English, please stay in this channel. Next slide, please. The San Francisco Public Utilities Commission is a department of the City and County of San Francisco. We provide high-quality drinking water to the City of San Francisco and wholesale water to the 3 Bay Area counties. We provide clean energy to San Francisco through our Hetch Hetchy Power and Clean Power SF electric services. We also manage the collection and treatment of wastewater, which helps protect public health and the environment. Our mission is to provide our customers with high quality, efficient, and reliable water, power, and sewer services. We also want to be inclusive of environmental and community interest and sustain the resources entrusted to our care. Next slide, please. For more than 100 years, San Francisco has provided clean, safe, and reliable public power. Next slide. Today, the SFPUC continues to serve as the city's clean electricity provider. Hetch Hetchy Power is San Francisco's public power utility and energizes some of San Francisco's most important municipal assets, including streetlights, our airport, general hospital, public libraries, and Muni. The SFPUC also manages Clean Power SF, San Francisco's community choice energy program, which provides renewable power for more than 380,000 residential and commercial customers across the city. Through Hetch Hetchy Power and Clean Power SF, SFPUC provides more than 70% of the electricity consumed in San Francisco today. Next slide, please. So during today's webinar, we'll cover a few different topics. First, we'll start out with what is Hetch Hetchy Power. We'll also then go into our public rate setting process, followed by what our new proposed rates will be, and then end with bill assistance and support and wrapping up with Q&A. Again, we'll address your questions in the chat. In the Q&A portion. If you have a question, please use the Q&A function to ask that question. We'll get to those at the end of the presentation. Next slide, please. So what is Hetch Hetchy Power? Next slide. Hetch Hetchy Power is San Francisco's public power utility. We are a not-for-profit provider that is locally controlled and governed. We serve over 6,000 customer accounts in San Francisco, including public schools, the airport, city hall, affordable housing sites, and municipal departments. We generate hydroelectric and solar power and supply 100% clean energy to customers. We are a full-service electric provider in San Francisco, so we cover generation, transmission, and distribution. So that means our customers pay for all of their power services through us and not PG&E. We continue to offer the lowest electricity rates in San Francisco today. Next slide, please. So you can see in the figure here our Hetch Hetchy Power system, which starts all the way up in the Sierra Nevada mountains and is the backbone of our power supply. We have a network of powerhouses that generate power as water flows all the way to San Francisco. This power is delivered through transmission lines before it reaches a local electricity grid in the Bay Area. Hetch Hetchy Power also owns and operates local solar facilities within San Francisco. You can see these represented on the map within the San Francisco boundary. In total, Hetch Hetchy Power provides about 20% of San Francisco's electricity when you factor in the SFO airport. Next slide, please. So we're proud to serve San Francisco with affordable, clean electricity. As I mentioned, Hetch Hetchy Power offers the lowest electricity rates in San Francisco. Our electricity rates are also very stable. We only update our rates once a year on July 1st. On the other hand, PG&E updated its rates 6 times last year and already twice in 2025. That makes it hard to plan and budget. We also provide clean 100% greenhouse gas-free energy to all of our customers, which is good for your health and the climate. And finally, we actively ensure that everyone can benefit from clean energy so that the transition to a clean energy future is equitable and affordable for everyone. So for example, we offer our Customer Assistance Program, or CAP, which offers a 30% discount on Hetch Hetchy Power bills to eligible customers. We also offer a Medical Necessity Assistance Program, or MNAP, which allows customers to use more energy at a lower rate to accommodate qualifying medical devices. And finally, Electrify My Ride offers $1,000 off the sale of an e-bike for eligible customers with low incomes. This program is expected to be offered again this summer. Next slide, please. So here's an example of your Hetch Hetchy Power bill. Our Hetch Hetchy Power customers can see information like their payment due date, what rate schedule they're on, and how much energy they used for that month. In this example, R2 or R2E at the bottom of this bill means that the customer is enrolled in our Customer Assistance Program and receives a 30% discount on their bill. In general, Hetch Hetchy Power customers are charged for how much energy they use, not when they use it. So the total cost of your electricity bill is essentially based on how much energy you use. So it's your rate times your usage equals your total bill. Next slide, please. So what do your rates actually pay for? Well, first and foremost, your rates cover the electricity that we generate and deliver to your home. They also help to fund customer programs that help you save energy and reduce your impact on the environment. An example is that Electrify My Ride program that I just mentioned. We also use rates to make investments in a reliable electrical system. So for example, we're making upgrades to our 3 hydroelectric powerhouses that I mentioned earlier, and are building out new public infrastructure in the southeast part of the city in San Francisco. This infrastructure serves UCSF and Mission Rock as examples. And finally, our rates help fund our financial reserves, or what you can kind of think of them as a savings account. This savings account helps keeps rates relatively stable and shields our customers, shields you from the fluctuating cost of electricity, which can go up and down very frequently. Next slide, please. So now I'm going to shift gears a little bit and talk about our public rate setting process. Next slide, please. So how do we set our rates? We set our electricity rates through an open and transparent public process. As a public utility, we prioritize local customers rather than profits for shareholders. So our process for developing rates involves a few steps. Every year, we go through a new budget process. Rates are reviewed at this time. Rate changes are determined based on changes to the cost of our services, and then new rates are proposed. Next, the SFPUC and the public carefully look at our rates before we change them. The SFPUC Rate Fairness Board is made up of appointed members, including San Francisco residents and business owners. The board reviews and gives us advice on rates. 4 meetings of the Rate Fairness Board have already occurred this year. Next, the SFPUC Commission holds a public hearing to review and approve new rates for power services. This year's rate hearing will be held on Tuesday, April 8th at 1:30 p.m. And if approved, new rates will go into effect starting July 1st. Next slide, please. So we consider many things when setting our rates and balance a lot of different factors or criteria. We balance our financial sustainability and the need to pay for the cost of our services with also the need to keep our rates affordable and for our customers to know what their bill is generally going to be. We also strive to keep rates easy to understand and predictable for customers, which is why we only update rates once a year every July, unlike other utility providers who can change their rates more frequently. Next slide, please. So now I'm going to get into what are the actual proposed rates potentially starting July 1. Next slide, please. So we are proposing a 10% rate increase on customers' monthly electricity bills. That means if you're a regular Hetch Hetchy Power customer, you can expect to pay about $8 more per month for most customers. If you're on our customer assistance program, you can expect to pay about $5 more per month. As we mentioned, while customers will see a small increase, our rates are still more affordable compared to other providers. Next slide, please. Okay, so what again can you expect? Let me walk you through this graph that you see here on the screen. On the left-hand side of this chart, the 3 cluster of bars shows the average cost of residential bills with today's rates. The purple bar shows the current average monthly bill for a Hetch Hetchy Power customer on the Customer Assistance Program, which, as I mentioned, offers a 30% discount on their bill. So on average, with today's rates, they pay about $55 a month. The orange bar next to that is what a general Hetch Hetchy Power residential customer pays, so about $78 a month. And then finally, the blue bar shows what a residential customer would pay if they were a PG&E customer, which is about $97 a month. The next set of cluster of bars show what the average cost of bills would be with the proposed new rates, which would start on July 1. A Hetch Hetchy Power customer on our customer assistance program would see their bill increase about $5 a month to approximately $60 per month. Our general Hetch Hetchy Power customers would pay about $86 per month on average, or about $8 more compared to current rates. And then finally, PG&E rate changes are a bit difficult to predict and could go up and down. So we're not quite sure what PG&E's rates will be start July. But as you can see, even with our rate changes, our customers will continue to see savings compared to what you would currently pay with PG&E. Next slide, please. So now I'm going to go into a little bit about bill assistance and support. Next slide, please. So for any of our customers who may need help managing their bills, there are a variety of programs available, and I'll talk about some of them today. For our customer assistance program, as I mentioned, CAP, it provides a 30% monthly discount to qualifying Hetch Hetchy Power customers. In order to qualify, you must have a Hetch Hetchy Power bill in your name, and you must fall within the program income guidelines. Next slide, please. We also offer our Medical Necessity Assistance Program, or MNAP. And this program is similar to PG&E's Medical Baseline Program, if you've heard of that. Essentially, households can use more energy at the lowest energy tier or at the lowest cost to accommodate their medical device. So some examples of a qualifying medical device include a sleep apnea monitor, a respirator, a dialysis machine, and more. It's important to note, though, that a customer can only be enrolled in CAP or MNAP, but not both programs. Next slide, please. We also are very flexible with our customers and are happy to set up payment plans, especially if you get behind on your bill. We're able to customize payment plans that can specifically address your need and the amount owed. So we're happy to speak with you. Give us a call at our customer service number, which is 415-551-4720 to get started. Next slide, please. There's also federal and state programs that can help too. The Low Income Home Energy Assistance Program, or LIHEAP, is a federal program administered by California that offers one-time credits to help with energy bills. It's important to note as well that these programs are funded in cycles throughout the year, so check back often if funding is not available when you reach out. And you can reach out to the contact information on your screen. LIHEAP is administered locally by the Peninsula Energy Services. And again, you can see their information on the screen as well. Next slide, please. So we're really here for you. We're happy to help address any questions that you have, concerns about your bill. Happy to also enroll you in customer assistance programs or payment plans, as I mentioned. You can reach us by phone at 415-551-4720 or by email at csbretailservices@sfwater.org or online where you can get more information about all the programs I just mentioned. You can go to sfpuc.gov/bill relief. Next slide, please. So as I mentioned earlier, several public meetings have already occurred about our proposed new power rates. You can review meeting agendas and get more information about the Rate Fairness Board meetings on our website at sfpuc.gov/power rates. If you're interested in being notified of future Rate Fairness Board meetings, you can get on their listserv, and that email is ratefairnessboard@sfwater.org. So you can reach out to that email. They will add you to their list, and you'll be notified of future meetings moving forward. You can also get more information about the upcoming SFPUC Commission meeting on April 8th on our website as well. Again, you can go to sfpuc.gov/power rates. Next slide, please. So to summarize, Hetch Hetchy Power rates are for our residential customers are expected to increase by about 10% starting July 1st. This will result in a bill increase between about $5 to $10 per month for the average residential customer. As I mentioned, the SFPUC Commission is expected to take action on this proposed rate change at their meeting on Tuesday, April 8th at 1:30 p.m. Members of the public can participate in that meeting, and more information is available on our website at sfpuc.gov/power rates. If the proposed rates are approved, they will go into effect on July 1st. Next slide, please. Okay, so we are going to address any questions that you may have. As a reminder, feel free to put questions in the Q&A chat, and we will get to these questions live. So I have a couple pulled up right now. So again, thank you for submitting your questions. Someone has asked, how will the rate changes affect someone on an extremely limited or fixed income? I get an annual discount already, but have a recertification once every year. Yeah, thank you for that question. So as I mentioned, all customers, all residential customers will see about a 10% increase on their residential bill. So for a customer, our general customer, a general residential customer, that is about $8 more per month. If you are on our customer assistance program, which it sounds like you might be, if you are already getting a discount and recertify, you should see about a $5 increase. Again, we recognize that, even if these increases, may seem small, they impact people differently, right? And so if you're still having trouble paying your bill, like I said, we have other options available, those programs that I mentioned. Again, we're here to help and we're happy to speak with you. I would recommend, like I said, either emailing us or giving us a call to talk about those other programs that are available to see if we can potentially get folks more assistance who are still struggling. But I think to kind of summarize, it is a general 10% increase for all residential customers. Let's see. So I'm going to this next one. I wish Hetch Hetchy had a program like PG&E where someone would come to your home and tell you how to conserve on your electricity and weatherproof your home. That's a great suggestion. Yeah, thank you. I've heard of those, kind of almost doing like an energy audit. We have an entire team dedicated to customer programs here at the SFPUC and for our power programs, both for Hetch Hetchy Power and Clean Power SF. So I'm happy to provide that feedback to them. Again, if you want some general tips, give us a call. We're happy to walk through those with you as well, just to kind of go over some, energy efficiency, best practices and things like that. But in terms of actually coming to your apartment or your home, again, we are happy to provide that feedback to our customer programs team. So thank you for that, and thank you for that suggestion. Someone else has asked, once I pay the deposit when becoming a customer, will I get refunded at some point? I think this is about starting a new account. I think I might actually, we have a couple SFPUC staff on the line, and so I actually might direct that to my colleague, Becky Alderetti, who is our customer engagement manager here for Power and is very familiar, I think, with the kind of starting your account and kind of that process. I don't know, Becky, if you're listening and on the phone, there you are. Thank you. Can you kind of speak to that about perhaps a deposit that someone's putting down? Do they expect to see that back, or does that actually get added to their first bill?
Yes, thanks, Jackie. So the way that our deposits work, a new account deposit is applied to all new accounts with our agency. It does get applied, the amount of the deposit does get applied to your first bill, and that deposit is fully refundable after 12 consecutive months of on-time payments for your bill. We would be more than happy to refund that for you. Thank you.
Great, thanks, Becky. Looks like there's a question in Spanish in the Q&A, so I'm going to have my Spanish interpreter respond to that question, so thank you. Um, Let's see, someone else is asking, what are the reasons for a rate increase and how often can a rate increase happen? Yeah, that's a great question. So I'll start maybe with that second part first. So how often can a rate increase happen? So as I mentioned in the presentation, we only change our rates once a year on July 1st. So at most, you would see a rate change once a year if you are a Hetchy Hetchy Power customer. We do that so our customers can plan, we can keep rates stable, because we know, if rates are constantly changing, that's hard for you to budget and to plan for. So we are committed to only updating rates ideally once a year. In terms of your first question, that's also a good question. So really the overall goal for the rate increase right now is to better align the cost, like the true cost of what it takes to generate power and deliver that to our customers with what our customers are actually paying. So for a while now, there's been a kind of mismatch where what we have been charging customers, what the rates have shown, have not adequately reflected the true cost of our operations and what it takes, again, to get electricity, available to you and delivered to you. So really, one of the goals of this rate increase is to better kind of bridge that gap. So to have our rates better truly reflect, or at least get closer to, that true cost of service of what it actually takes, like I said, to generate and deliver that electricity to you. However, as I said, we do balance a lot of different things when setting our rates. Cost of service, as I was just mentioning, is something that we are trying to actually get closer to, but we also want to make sure we're doing it in a way that balances, again, affordability, predictability, stability, and kind of all these other values that we also hold dear and want to prioritize for our customers as well. So I hope that answers your question. And again, I will have Maria answer Anna. I hope I'm saying your name correctly in the chat as well. Any other questions? Okay. Can we go to the next slide, please? So to summarize, again, we've been highlighting this webpage quite often, but to really get more information, to stay updated on the rate process, please go to sfpuc.gov/power rates. If you need assistance with your bill, if you have questions about needing some additional support, please give us a call at 415-551-4720 or email us. Again, you can also go to our website at sfpuc.gov/bill relief to get more information on all the programs and offerings that I mentioned in today's webinar. And I think that is going to wrap us up. I think there's one more question that just came in, so I'm happy to answer this. Someone is asking, does the refrigerator use the most electricity? What uses the most electricity? That's a good question. So I think actually the kind of appliance or thing that uses the most electricity is actually your water heater. So whatever's you have to heat up the water that you're using in your apartment or your home. I think just kind of a general best practice, and we wouldn't recommend this for your refrigerator, but it's just to unplug a lot of your appliances that you're not using, whether it's like your computer, your toaster oven, kind of things like that you might kind of leave plugged in all the time, that do still kind of draw on energy, even if you're not actively using it, if it's plugged in. So we recommend kind of unplugging unplugged appliances or appliances that are not in use. But I think actually it's the appliance or the water heater that heats up the water in your home or your apartment. There's usually some guidance around the best temperature to set that at. So I would actually recommend kind of looking a little bit more into what that specific temperature is. Sometimes they're usually cranked up pretty high and higher than you normally need. And so that would be a way to potentially save on that. So that is a good question. Yeah, thank you. Okay. I think that is all the questions. Again, thank you all so much for joining us this evening. Again, if you have any other additional questions or need support, we're here for you. Please reach out to us. But thank you all again so much for joining, and I hope you have a great rest of your evening.